I want to ask the question: Is there a story that is worth telling that does not include transformation? That might just be education, like entertainment. That might just be entertainment of just like mundaneness of like somebody. Well, actually, it's transformation as well. To capture the point, what you need to be doing to start your game is building your leverage. You need to just boost your leverage. What can you do when you are working to build your leverage? Leverage on time, money, knowledge, and biologically. So if I'm working out, my body is deconstructing itself so that it can leverage the new stress on itself, which means if I do a push-up, I can, one body weight, one body weight, I am in the process of leveraging that I can do that repeatedly 10 times, 100 times. And so it's like, that's why it's impressive for the person who is working out to lift more than they weigh, because they have leveraged their body where they are, at any, whatever position that they have worked on, they can get out of that situation 2 times fold or jump 10 times higher. And that's why it's impressive, because we're witnessing leverage. When you're working, you are, if you're trading time for money, which is an infinite thing to a finite thing, a finite thing for an infinite thing, then you have little leverage. You have your working 24 hours or 8 hours or whatever you're comfortable working, 80 hours. But if you're not employing a specific way to get to the target, such as, look, like Mr. Beast example, he leveraged that he had 5 people on his team, and if one person was working on it 100%, and the other, he was working on his 20% of ideas 100% of the time, then he was leveraging his strengths versus his weaknesses, because then he could get tasks done. So all of those 8 hours of 100% in that day work towards that one target. So it's like grabbing extra time, because you're utilizing and collaborating a win-win scenario for your team to hit the target, which is the vision, which y'all are both aiming for. And so that is the key, because you're saying, okay, I can have 48 hours in one 24-hour stretch, which is having 8 people work on one thing for 4 hours or whatever. No, that's not 4 hours. Whatever the math is. It's 8. It's not even into 48, but it's fun. And the whole point is I can have 50 hours in 24 hours by getting 5 people to work 10 hours on one thing, doing one thing, building it up. And so that's how you have double your time and then some in one day. And then if you just watch it drop, boom, you're building leverage there. Conversely, how are you leveraging your finances? How are you putting, okay, am I going to put this thing in something that is decreasing over time or increasing over time? That is the key. Because if it's like, look, if you're decreasing your level of leverage, you're losing leverage. You're losing leverage, because in the future, money will be less, right? Unless something happens where money grows more, but it's less. It's continued in a trend like this, right? So it's like, how can you set yourself up so in the future you have leverage? And that's why people hunt for the 401k and they hunt for the compound interest, but they like throw their life away for it, because you can do it. There's a lot of, let's say it works because you didn't disrupt it, and then you realize like, ding, someone took a fee, and you're left with this. And it's like, wow, I could have done that better. There's different leverage sticks. So it's like, if you don't do it, there's nothing at all, right? You're decreasing. So that's one way, but it's not the most efficient way. It's the popular way, but it's not the most efficient way. You could do it through other things by recycling, currently churning and subduing the earth, growing the earth, subdue the earth, grow the earth, subdue the earth, be fruitful, multiply. Because in one seed, 100 seeds and trees, 100 trees can be planted, right? Because of that one seed. One seed turns into 6 seeds for an apple, Actually, one seed turns into a tree which produces 100 apples, which is 600 seeds, which can then produce 600 more apples. What is that? A compound, it's an exponential growth of what you're doing. So that's kind of why you can see live in abundance and not scarcity. Oh, well, I only have one seed. If I eat the seed, then it's got to go through the biological process and get buried again, and it ends up in the ocean. Wasted seed, right? So don't waste that, right? That's the whole point. And so it's like, don't be wasteful of the things that can become abundant, and then you will find success. All right, this is what I've observed, and I'm pushing through, and I'm in the process of working through that. So whatever, if I said that it dislodges you and it deleverages my voice to you, because you're like, wow, this guy doesn't think, and then you start thinking about this guy, you're like, what? And so these are the things. So that's biological leverage. By working out, you can move your body in space 2 times of what you need to, which is great. So then again, it's more efficient. 2, you can leverage your time by imploring other people to work on a single goal. You can employ your finances, and then you can leverage your knowledge by going to those people and observing more things and seeing more things. I'm trying to, I guess, what's the way to leverage more leverage is to, build together. That's why iron sharpens iron, one man sharpens another. Boom, leverage on that, where you're in a clear space to leverage somebody. Go for it. You're leveraging that. So look at it like this. If my path is the target, how do I build every skyscraper has been built. Like, if my path is the target and I'm building skyscraper, I'm going to build my guidance before I build the substance. So my guidance needs to be aligned and ahead of what I'm doing. If you're like, okay, I want to, looking through life, I want to just go and I want to make $1 million, but then you go off and you climb up your tower that you're at, your skill level, and then you realize that there's no guidance up here. It's probably not safe. The risk is high, right? It's just like that. And then you're like, oh, let me go back down the elevator, because you've lived for 15 years and you know what you're doing, right? But you're conscious for 7 or whatever, your memory bank, 7 years memory bank, the RAM is already processing the information that you got. That's too literal. Coming back to it, you're going down and away, and you're chopping down this tree because you're focusing on something that's not in a line with your skill stack or skyscraper, right? And so that's how you leverage your knowledge, because what you do, then you start to know more about it, and then you try to do that thing. You try to standardize. Okay, build that brick, build that brick, build that brick. Then you're leveraging knowledge, biology, finances, and what's the other one? It doesn't matter. Spiritualness, right? It's, knowing Him, relationships, right? So that is Jesus Christ, one true God, one living true God, right? So, and the truth will set you free. I don't have to prove it to you. You have to, the truth will hold true, and falsehood will fall away. So go and take that quest, because everyone will take that quest, and you will see the fruits of the Lord in your life by shuffling out the falsehood, and because it's on Him, nothing is impossible with God, right? So go forth, be fruitful, multiply, subdue the earth, and have dominion over all living things. Boom, baby.